Intercontinental Airlines Arena in East Rutherford. Nets and Celtics. Tonight's New Jersey Nets basketball broadcast in high definition, presented by Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time. And Keith Van Horn will tee it up with Tony Battie and kick it off as the Celtics at 7-6, the Nets at 10-5. Go at it here on a Saturday afternoon, and the tip controlled by Kenny Anderson, the former Net, and the Celtics.
And the Nets go,
This is Jess Kersey, Steve Javie, Derek Richardson, our officials this afternoon. Here's Anderson. As the Nets aggressively on defense. Jason Kidd talked a lot about it in the off practice days between the Bulls game and this one. They've got to play good defense. That shot missed. Todd McCullough has the board.
And not bad defense here. A little run out.
Kenyon Martin nearly had it taken away, and it is stolen by the Celtics. Anderson to Paul Pierce, who will shoot it from outside the arc frequently. Eric Williams could not catch it. Starting lineups brought to you by Foot Locker. In the front court, an impressive duo of Pierce and Walker, along with Tony Battie out of Texas Tech, and then Joe Johnson, the fine young rookie, and Kenny Anderson. And that's going as they have most of the season, with Kenyon Martin, McCullough, Kittles, Kidd, and Van Horn.
Kenny Anderson is starting to make some penetrating jumpers. He spoke to Jack Curran, the Malloy coach, who said, "Where's your medium game?" There it is.
That time it rolls in and out, and Jason Kidd has his first rebound of the game. Trying to push it up. Dump to Kenyon Martin, working on Eric Williams. Kick back to Kidd. Now he gets it again. Quick move, turnaround jump hook. Count it.
Boy, that's becoming trademark. And what does Kidd do best? You reset, gets it back to you.
That takes confidence on your point guard's mindset.
Well, he does have that, no question about it.
Williams, power move down low. It missed. McCullough got the rebound, even though he was boxed out. Here's Kidd, back to Kittles. Down in the paint, in traffic. It's loose. Picked up by McCullough. Now Van Horn. Long-range jumper, no good. Pierce has the board.
What impressed me most is Van Horn gets so many open looks because of the push of the basketball. Pretty good D here, too.
Cut off on the baseline by Van Horn. Setting up on the low box is Walker, and Kittle steps in and steals it.
So long and plays the passing lane.
Kidd has Van Horn, and he flushes it.
How about that rearrangement, huh? A little dipsy-do by the youth. But all because of the length and position of Curry Kittles.
Great anticipation by Kittles and a 4-0 early Nets lead.
Talk about the D, right? That's where they're getting better. They play it, they get runouts.
Walker wants to go on Van Horn. His little hook goes in and out, but he got his own rebound. That putback no good, and he tips it on a third try.
That's why he's a tough matchup. His size around the rim really can test for rebounds. He's a load.
He has had outstanding success against the Nets last year, almost averaging a triple-double, and Van Horn drills a jumper.
How about the ball fake? A lot of times they hand it, and the guard takes off. That time, the defense froze.
Now Tony Battie with it, out high. Pierce, pull-up jump from 18. That's a tough shot.
And didn't have much room, did he? But they want to challenge shots outside. Don't let these guys beat him around the rim.
Celtics coming off 3 straight road wins. First time they've done that since 1995. Kenny Anderson, good hustling defense, nearly had a steal.
Good use of the floor.
Eric Williams with the carom, and here's Antoine Walker. He plays the most minutes of anybody in the league, 44 a game.
This is tough when they have them both on the same size.
Pierce in traffic, and Kenyon Martin came down with it. Fell awkwardly, got an elbow, but he's okay. Kittles, hard drive to the basket, play it up for a deuce.
And great job by Van Horn. Just dragged his man away, too, to open up the lane.
So Kittles on the board. He's got a pair. Van Horn with 4 early points. Under 8 minutes remaining in the first. Eric Williams, a bit of a mismatch here on Kittles. Wants to power him low. Does. And gets it to go.
Now, they take advantage of mismatches. Would you prefer Williams beating you or Walker or Pierce?
I would say Williams.
Yeah, and he's a tough player, very competitive, but a smaller dose. There's the same play, only this time to kick.
Now Now it's Martin on Williams. Wants to go. Spins. Turn around. No good. McCullough got the board. Put it back. It went in and out.
Great look there. Great play by McCullough. He has some releases, doesn't he?
He does. He can certainly ambidextrous. Martin nearly took it away from Williams. Williams just playing in his 6th game of the year. Walker, a little set shot from 3, front rimmed. Pierce kept it alive.
What were you saying about McCullough? He's what?
He's just everywhere. He seems to have great body control. Ambidextrous.
Oh, okay. And he can swim, too.
That's amphibious. I think we got that straightened out last week. Or was that Jim Bernard?
It was Jimmy.
He put that Duke University education to use. Petit has the board over McCullough. 8-6, Nets lead.
That's as close as I can get to Duke as Van Horn gets the nickel dimer as Walker tries to post up.
That's the first team foul. And set to check in is the rookie Joe Johnson from Arkansas as Eric Williams gives Jim O'Brien the first 5 minutes in the game.
You know, the pleasure as we took that shot of Byron Scott for him, you're applauding good plays and not coercing people to play hard. And how satisfying is that for a coach?
Pierce behind the arc. No good. McCullough boxing out beautifully. And it's Kidd running. Looking for a cutter. Didn't have it at the moment. Hands to McCullough now.
Yeah, nice job there by Kenny Anderson. Get it out of Kidd's hands.
Here's McCullough taken away by Petit and knocked out of bounds. 9 on the shot clock.
I'm sure Todd figured who could get that if I extend it. Got to keep it away from his body a little more.
Some active defense by Tony Petit. Martin to inbound. Out it comes to Van Horn, taken away by Walker. And on the break, Kittle stepped in and Walker lost it.
Double tick there. Nice play by Kittles.
Good hustle and anticipation by Carey. And Byron Scott wants a timeout with 6:13 remaining in the first. Early on, an 8-6 lead in New Jersey.
Now get 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR on 2002 Dodge Ram.
Hey guys, I got someone here who wants to meet you.
A dog! A dog?
A dog.
But you told them we couldn't get a dog until we got the house. Did you hear something from our lender?
We got the house.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
We have pilots down behind enemy lines.
There is a time for diplomacy.
We'll authorize a search and rescue.
The American people want their pilot back. Now what is the problem?
But now,
You will lose your command for...
so be it. Time is up.
How soon can your team be ready? Say the word and we'll saddle up.
Behind enemy lines.
Let's go get our boy back.
Rated PG-13. Now playing only in theaters.
Well, Crispy, Bob Cousy early in the week said the only true point guards are John Stockton and Jason Kidd. And as we have them in the box here with the eyes, the vision leads to this little rearrangement. And look at the hop. He gets so much gratification out of making a pass. But here's the second one now. He wants to kick out and gives it up early where a guy do some damage. Then we see Van Horn just dragging his guy, opens up the lane, but giving it up on time. A factor being a talented assist man like Jason Kidd.
Here's Kidd. Dealing to Van Horn. Long range for Keith. He's got 6. 10-6 New Jersey. I mentioned earlier, Celtics trying to win 3 in a row. I think I stated it. They had won 3 in a row on the road. They have not done that since '95, but coming off back-to-back wins in Florida, should they win today, would be 3 in a row on the road. First time since '95. Here's Joe Johnson, the rookie. Little set shot outside Van Horn, and Petit after it.
He helped make the call. Ooh.
And Steve Jabby says it was off Keith Van Horn.
Usually when a guy hustles like that, but I'm sure Steve was positive. You know, that's a lot of guys. He was unsure. Batty, but Steve Javie wasn't. That's more important.
Now it's Pierce. Sets his man up with a ball fake. Missed it. Batty with a tip out to Anderson. Joe Johnson, 10-footer corner. No good. And ow! Kenyon Martin high above the rim.
Give him 2 on that one.
Van Horn down low to McCullough. And a backboard glass banker.
Now, he doesn't have the speed of Kenyon Martin, but he gets down the floor and in position to dominate.
And you mentioned earlier, he catches it as well as any big man. That's important.
Got away with steps, I thought there, Johnson. A lot of ISO, and the Nets have been able to contain one-on-one. Well,
ball fake Walker, banks it in. Tough shot.
Yeah, kid stepped up. Little kiss by the cat. Chicago, I think it's Mount Carmel High School, to Kentucky.
Antoine Walker, who killed the Nets last year in the 4 wins by the Celtics. Van Horn is on target early.
Well, you got to go over the top. You can't give him those looks.
14-8 Nets. Now Walker. Pierce and Martin the matchup. Pierce with the dribble, tried to set something up. Couldn't do it. Now Walker on Van Horn, isolated. 2 or 3 fakes, corner jump, that's no good. And the ball is tipped out of bounds by Tony Batty.
Well, Keith Van Horn has improved defensively. He worked so hard. He was diligent in containing Antoine Walker. I mean, right in here, just able to force the tough shot and challenge it. Eddie Jordan was saying before the game that they want their guys to challenge the shot. Don't give them an easy one versus getting to the rim.
Celtics have made just 4 of their first 17 shots. Kenyon Martin, top of the key to shoot it. He's got that.
And he's free, and who delivers it? Kid. Well, he has improved offensively, Kenyon. Wouldn't you agree?
He's come a long, long way since his opening 40 games as the #1 draft pick last year. Martin's got 4. The Nets have an 8-point lead.
It was named Most Beautiful Car in the World by the Italian press and Best Value in its class by Strategic Vision. And after outselling the Mercedes C-Class all summer, it's ready to take on winter. The Volvo S60, available now with electronically controlled all-wheel drive. It adheres to everything but convention.
As the holiday season approaches, give a gift everyone can enjoy. It's the New Jersey Nets holiday ticket plan, which includes 6 of the league's must-see games. Buy now, and you can see the Nets stars as they take on the rest of the league, with prices starting at only $150 per seat. So beat the rush and get your holiday ticket plan now. For information, call 1-800-7-NJ-NETS or log on to njnets.com. That's 1-800-7-NJ-NETS.
All the weekend warriors who push themselves to the limit, the sports medicine experts and orthopedic specialists of Continuum Hospitals are thankfully here to help.
Basketball doubleheader of sorts in the New York area today. Here with the Nets, and tonight on MSG Network, the Knicks hosting the Detroit Pistons. Canon Business Solutions Knicks game night leads off at 7:30. Then the tip-off at 8 tonight on MSG. The much improved Detroit Pistons, I might add. And the Knicks at 8-8. And Richard Jefferson in the game. First time in the last 4 for the Nets. Wearing that brace on his left knee, which is a strained ligament. Milt Palacio is
a dangerous guy
in the backcourt.
When you bring his name up, it conjures up, terrible thoughts. Game winner.
Nightmares. Eric Williams back in, and Vitaly Potapenko is in as well in the middle for the Celtics, along with Walker and Pierce. Palacio in the backcourt.
Oh, look at this duck in. Oh, he just wasted the dribble out.
There's going to be a defensive 3 seconds called on the Celtics.
Now, you mentioned the much improved Pistons, much improved Knicks.
Yes.
One guy, Gamby comes back. Their defense is better. They run the floor. You can see right in here, Potapenko decides not to come up and play outside the lane. You got to make a commitment there in less than 3. Arm's length away.
Jason Kidd has the free throw. Here's Jim O'Brien, 31-30 as a Celtics coach. Former Knick assistant, late 80s with Rick Pitino, and then over 500 games on the bench with Rick Pitino as an assistant with the Celtics. They go over the defense, a Kmart special.
He didn't even step and go. Just Kidd with the eyeballs.
19-10. Aaron Williams set to check in for the Nets. They show it nowhere to go, and he runs over.
Kenyon, I think, huh? Kenyon just takes out the whole sideline there.
It looked like Paul Pierce ran over.
That gives new meaning to going over the top, but just right here, now, he didn't even step and go. That's just like a sprint to the rim. They were zoning there. And what a read. And again, the enjoyment that he regales himself when he makes a play. That's what it's all about when you're a passing guard.
Talk about the sense of timing. Oftentimes, Kidd will get a pass off without the dribble. He sees the opportunity, and he has to seize it.
He was almost ready to dribble, but spotted it.
Walker missed the shot. Otapenko in the paint for a turnaround hook.
I was talking to Tommy Heinsohn, who's the color analyst for the Celtics, All-Pro, Hall of Famer. He was saying Otapenko, they get a lot of plus minutes when he's on the floor.
Now Martin and Antoine Walker reaching in as Jess Kersey whistled him. Walker doesn't agree with it.
That's one of those you don't even need. And Jess Kersey gives them the look. And they're not enjoying being together here on a Saturday afternoon.
Jess Kersey gave him a look. He said, I'm going to wait to call your number, and then I'm going to look at you, and then I'm going to call your number. And now you've got a foul on the ledger.
Sort of looking for it, though, isn't it?
19-12. 6 to shoot. It's Kidd. That's a three-pointer.
He bites it.
22-12 and a double-digit lead. 2:15 to go in the first. Eric Strickland has checked in for the Celtics, and he wasn't ready for the pass, and Jason Kidd comes up with it. Dealing to Richard Jefferson.
Welcome back. From the floor. Well, nice to see him back. That forward rotation now. Van Horn's coming in for Kenyon Martin. Jefferson had come in for Van Horn. They missed that. They missed it defensively. They missed it on the other end there. Kenyon with the deflection. And Jason Kidd, I don't know how he keeps the dribble here without making a mistake. It just waits patiently for somebody. He didn't get it in the other hand, but that was close. A lot of guys would have put that other hand on it. But defensively, the pressure, you just can't put your hand in because you're going backwards. And Jefferson with a great dive to the tin.
Again, the court sense of Jason Kidd finding the right man at the right time. And Jefferson, a three-point play. He's 9th among rookies in scoring in the early season. He's got 3, and the Nets have a 13-point lead.
A little ISO now. See what they do with it.
Now Walker trying to set Jefferson up, goes right by him. Jefferson came back and got a piece, but the whistle, and he will be called for the foul.
And you had the help there. Williams very alert at the last minute, getting to the point of attack and being of assistance. And see that weight forward cost Jefferson, but they get over and challenge everything. That's what's made this a better defensive team.
Well, one thing you got to like about Richard Jefferson, he is not feeling the pressure of the NBA at all. He's a relaxed guy.
He is, and with Jason Kidd, they're always advising, just suggesting things that make him a better player. But you're right, he came in so mature, so ready.
And always willing to listen, which is a real positive for a rookie in this league.
He'll never make it as a color analyst.
Or a play-by-play guy.
Well, you guys listen.
All right, here's Van Horn, 25-13. 12-point ball. Lucius Harris in the game. That ball right through Keith Van Horn's legs in a turnover.
That's one of those, you lock your guy up, and sometimes your weight's back, and you got to suffocate that ball, though. You're always not going to get a perfect pass.
Celtics in the midst of a long road trip, 4th of the 5 games. Here's Walker powering down low, banking it home. He ends up on the floor. But Antoine Walker determined to get to the goal, and he does. He's got 7.
Well, Keith was beaten early, gave him the lockup. Make it a tougher catch, deeper on the floor.
Van Horn with it. Deals it back to Kidd. Pull-up jump, 18-foot. misses, and that's Antoine Walker to run it down.
Big stop here, I think. Keep it at that.
Walker, long range, that's off target, but T tried to run it down, and he stepped on the sideline.
Keep it at that double figure, and you get the tough shot. This team does settle once in a while, Boston, for the deep jack. And they haven't been able to identify another guy. And even though there's a lot of talk about Joe Johnson, you know, just in and out, talking to different people, you know, good games, bad games kind of a thing, as rookies will do.
Antoine Walker is shooting 39% from the field goal, 40% from three-point range, so gotten a lot of shots off. Lucius Harris, no good. And the rebound, Eric Williams.
And Nets will get it back. Tough delivery.
9-second differential on the clock. Kenny Anderson working the ball. Eric Strickland down in the paint, lost it, and knocks it out of bounds. So the Celtics, a lot of one-on-one early here in this one.
And what they feel, he brings toughness, Strickland. They like the way he competes. He'll play bigger people, fresh in the game, and had a little trouble with the bounce.
Strickland's averaged 7 a game since coming to the Celtics. Not shooting the ball well, though. 36%. Jason Kidd, final seconds, going to go hard to the basket. Down hard he goes.
Wow. He's looking for what the call was. I'm looking to be safe and sound.
He was up and helpless. This kid landed hard.
I think the Nets going to get possession here. Ooh, I guess at the end they felt the T is the one that leveled, so.
Oh, Eric Williams reached in hard, and the T didn't exactly catch Jason Kidd on the way down. Got the first one.
Well, he's got such a toughness about him and a physique to handle a lot of hits. I mean, that was jarring. I think that little smooch is for home.
Yes, it is. And Jason's got both, and the Nets will have the ball with 5.3. An opportunity to add to an already 12-point advantage.
And at the end was really the flagrant part, I think. And look, just right away he's looking, what's the call?
I think he thought he might get the flagrant, and he got it. So Kidd now, time running out, has to shoot it. Arches it up, and Jefferson's tip does not beat the buzzer. But the Nets and Byron Scott off to a good start, 27-15. After one, taking on their arch rivals, the Celtics. Van Horn has been playing above the rim and shooting from outside. We'll be back the second quarter coming up on Fox Sports.
Introducing the best America Online ever. New version 7.0. It's better, faster, and easier.
It's like a click and you're connected.
7.0 is fast.
It's got all the new features. It's just so easy.
All new AOL version 7.0.
Welcome.
It's everything you love about America Online.
You've got mail.
Now with cool new features and places to go.
I'm falling in love with the new features.
7.0 is the best.
Don't be a chicken, it's easy.
America Online, new version 7.0. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
There's a whole lot of movies to see on pay-per-view.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Legally Blonde.
The Animal Tomb Raider.
Final Fantasy.
Swordfish coming from tree.
Dr. Dolittle 2.
Baby boy is red.
Cosmos is Joe. Soon to the 100s on blockbuster tickets. Only on DirecTV.
Thank you very much. I'm here till Thursday.
We know who the heroes are. They are the ones who, in a time of need, say, come with me. It will be all right. A fireman, a policeman, a soldier. They are our fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters. We know who the heroes are.
New Jersey Nets basketball is brought to you in part by McDonald's. We love to see you smile. By Jaguar Cars and the Unwrap a Jaguar holiday event now through January 2nd. And by Foot Locker, the proud sponsor of the New Jersey Nets. Gorgeous December day outside. East Rutherford, New Jersey, and inside Continental Airlines Arena. Good crowd on hand this afternoon. Catch Jason Kidd and the Nets. They host the Phoenix Suns on Wednesday, December 5th at 8 p.m. All fans will receive Thunder Sticks, sponsored by Foot Locker. Tickets are still available. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to Ticketmaster.com. Lots of kids, lots of families on hand to watch the Nets this afternoon. And next Wednesday, Bill, will be a big night here in New Jersey as Stephon Marbury returns. Jason Kidd plays against his former team, so both players, you can be assured, will be sky high.
Something to shoot for.
Brandon Armstrong getting some time here for Byron Scott. Lucius Harris, hard drive, and that's going to be goaltending.
That was not going in. I think it would have been long. Hit the glass. You know what I like about this? Get him on track. I mean, they felt in the summer and the spring, Brandon Armstrong able to light it up. But Lucius moves to the point, does a nice job penetrating, and a little bit of a break there for the Nets. Good call.
Well, Armstrong had some decent offensive numbers in that Chicago game. I know it was garbage time, but it helped to get more positive about his game. Paul Pierce gets rejected by Aaron Williams.
And they changed the clock, and that's really a disadvantage to the Nets. It never hit the rim.
And Jess Kersey is explaining it to Jim O'Brien right now, who is livid. O'Brien said, we got a layup there.
The Nets really shooting terrific, though. Over 55%. But right here, the A train, I mean, that's just out of his hand. No question about it. This should be down to around 10 seconds, I think. And see how low they go.
There's Jim O'Brien, a former Dayton coach. So it's close to what it should be as they reset it. Jess Kersey explaining. Let's get 22 seconds on it.
Well, I guess the one before hit, and Byron Riley looking down. He's saying, you're my home clock guy. Jimmy O'Brien, they're struggling too with 32% at this stage. I mean, that's a real struggle, but it's attributable to excellent defense by the Nets.
Celtics have not made a three-point field goal. They're a good three-point shooting team in terms of percentage in their offense. Pierce, step back jumper, short. Armstrong has the rebound.
That space dribble, that's a tough jumper. You force a guy to that.
Kick down to Richard Jefferson. So two rookies in the lineup.
You can elevate over. They come for help.
Jefferson to Van Horn, down to Williams, and right through his hands. Turnover for the Nets. That is their fourth on the afternoon.
And Crispy, they're trying to make plays, though. You know what I mean? You didn't see that last year at all.
And two-man and three-man plays. Off-balance jumper that time by Pierce. Jefferson got to it first. Jefferson pushing. Hard drive to the basket. In some traffic. Oh, it's going to be an offensive foul call.
And that's tough because he was there. I thought he had beaten his guy. But nice confidence. How about the ability to dribble the ball in the open floor? I mean, Jefferson gives you that point forward mentality. And watch the late arrival here. All of a sudden, the defense is down. Tough call. He was outside the area, though, but where was he set is the key. And Byron handled it judiciously here, letting him know what he thinks, but maintaining control. And Richard's a little slow tying his legs. You got to have a lesson before you come back. Off injured.
14-point lead. Kenny Anderson dealing to Eric Williams. Gets it back. Jason Collins in the game with a new haircut. Collins working on Eric Williams, and he held on to him on the drive.
You pick up all the details. You know, when I came out earlier, I wasn't sure who it was. First
You didn't
blush.
recognize him, did you?
That is Richard. A 24-second violation away, getting organized.
That is the first team foul on the Nets. Here's Pierce slicing across the lane, and Jefferson in his face with a rejection.
Great save.
Brandon Armstrong trying to set it up with Lucius Harris. Now Jason Collins. So all three rookies in at the same time.
Yeah, Eddie Jordan told him, run the offense, don't make the mistake.
Armstrong gets it back in the corner. Back rims. And Battie has the board.
Best stroke I've seen of him lately, though. I mean, that was just a confident delivery.
Here's Pierce, spin move, nearly had it stolen. Now Anderson for the jump. He's got it. Kenny Anderson, who is offensively only averaging 8 points a game this year for the Celtics. Aaron Williams with it, turning, dealing it to Harris, and it's deflected, but off a net. So 2 straight empty trips for New Jersey.
Yeah, tough kind of catch, too. A little heat on that as Aaron Williams delivered. Armstrong on the floor here. Kenny getting it to the rim. But Armstrong getting a little more time. The Bulls game getting some first half opportunity just to get a little feel of what's going on. And again tonight, the confidence. And you have to extend the minutes. Little problem.
We've got shoe problems this afternoon. That time Anderson has to relace up. Here he is on the drive.
You think they just don't tighten them enough?
Could be.
A little cavalier in their...
Maybe they're wearing them bigger now.
They could be bigger shoes. Too many socks.
Now, you used to wear the 2 pair of socks.
I was a two sock guy.
Yeah, right.
I used to steal them from my sister, though. We were impoverished. I'm telling you the truth. She used to get these beautiful white socks. You know, expensive. They were Adlers when I was a kid.
Adlers, I remember the name.
That? And we used to steal them.
Oh, that's not nice.
Ours were like tissue paper.
That's true. I do recall that. Now, let's see what we got here.
Now they get new socks, and with my legs,
knee highs.
I would have worn them all the way up too.
Van Horn, it takes a little extra time to darn those. Van Horn has them up to the knees.
It was tough getting my garter adjusted.
Here's Armstrong, jumper for 2. So Brandon Armstrong on the scoreboard, and the Nets by 12.
Good to see, though. I mean, that's one of the reasons Byron's giving him these opportunities.
Well, Armstrong, we knew he could shoot coming in out of Pepperdine. A good mid-range shooter. Here's Pierce. The up fake, double team. Back to Strickland. That's a 3-point field goal. And Eric Williams did everything to get the rebound, and something you're not supposed to do.
I think he held out with the other arm. But that's, Eddie Jordan was saying, challenge that deep jump shot. We can rebound and get some runouts if you challenge.
Amazing.
That's art? Want real value? Then enjoy the Mickey D's Dollar Menu, where every item is just $1. Like a double cheeseburger, a McChicken sandwich, and more. Come taste the value.
We love to see you smile.
It's a toy.
You don't like it.
No, it's great.
You know, you're always going on and on about
I
how
know.
As they say, it's the thought that counts.
Hey, look, I really like it. It's the nicest.
Unwrap a Jaguar S-Type, now for just $4.99 per month.
To all the weekend warriors who push themselves to the limit, the sports medicine experts and orthopedic specialists of Continuum Hospitals are thankfully here to help.
I'm the chicken man. Just look at those sandwiches. Chicken McGrill, crispy chicken. People try them, they fall in love. I'm telling you people out there, love the chicken.
The upcoming schedule is brought to you by Dreyfus. Dreyfus, the power of you. Your advisor in Dreyfus. To learn more, call your financial advisor. So coming up Wednesday, Phoenix Suns at 8 in New Jersey, then the Cavaliers, and off to Milwaukee for a Saturday night affair. That's on Fox Sports Net. And next Tuesday at Chicago, Metro TV. Mike Crispino, Bill Raftery in New Jersey this afternoon. The Nets right now with 3 rookies in the lineup, and Brandon Armstrong off a screen has a jumper. He's got 4.
And the bench really excited. The assistant coaches, I mean, they're the guys that drill everybody, but in particular, guys who aren't getting much minutes. So Michael Corrin delighted, Eddie Jordan, Lawrence Frank. I mean,
well,
they're guys.
All 3 of these rookies are so likable. I think that's one of the keys. Walker, rebounded by Jason Collins. Wild shot on the drive.
As players you're talking about.
Yeah, very likable players and young guys that want to learn. And you can't ask for more from a coaching standpoint.
Another one of those young guys on the opposing club they think is going to be pretty good. Nice back end here. Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson, the shot goes awry, and the Celtics shooting woes continue. They're 8 of 31. Here's Richard Jefferson on Anderson. Bit of a mismatch.
They caused some problems.
Jefferson hard drive, went in and out, and rebounded by Potop Penko. Anderson has somebody wide open. It's Joe Johnson for an easy dunk.
And that's a little lack of communication. And rotate back in your transition and don't identify it.
Harris Armstrong, Aaron Williams, Jason Collins. So not a starter to be seen on the court right now for the Nets. Here's Jefferson. He can shoot that shot. That one rolls in and out.
Tough getting untracked when you first come back. You notice? They did a little layup there. Good defense here.
Jefferson gets back on defense after getting faked out by Pierce.
What is
Who
that?
can do that to you?
Isn't that proof of what you have to do, though? You miss a shot, you don't hang your head. Get back and defend one of the premier players.
Now, this league, every 24 seconds is a major challenge, and the Nets young people are realizing that. Brandon Armstrong off the screen this time, off the front rim.
Got to get it up higher.
Joe Johnson, impressive rookie after 2 years at Arkansas, 10th overall, has been a pleasant surprise to the Celtics. Otapenko
is in there a long time, too. Oh, they get a foul. Woo.
And a whistle blows. It's on Brandon Armstrong, and he will come to the bench along with Richard Jefferson.
That was a 1, 2. Well, good aggressive play defensively, though.
Armstrong on the help defense. That is the second team foul.
Tough match here. Collins outside with Walker.
Pierce, nice fake on Kenyon Martin, but he missed the shot. Well, the Celtics use a lot of head fakes, get people off. Oh, Kenyon Martin just flew by Antoine Walker.
He got a little help with the deflection, gave the extra step. Good aggressive play.
That qualifies for a blow-by.
And how about, you mentioned Pierce fake, a little blow-by as Martin went by and didn't foul. Great presence. And now in the open floor, this little fumble gets him going. A little strong.
Making it easy to say, count me in.
Making more doctors available.
Making more time for the cupcakes.
Making customer service better.
Making time to be horsey.
And making it all simple.
Making me one with my workload.
That's how we make healthcare work for you.
Making it not so scary, after all.
Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Making healthcare work.
The Dodge Durango. It not only hauls almost 4 tons, it's the lowest priced SUV you can get with a V8 engine.
Oh, great. Stuck behind another one of these.
Now get 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR on 2002 Dodge Durango.
As the holiday season approaches, give a gift everyone can enjoy. It's the New Jersey Nets holiday ticket plan, which includes 6 of the league's must-see games. Buy now, and you can see the Nets stars as they take on the rest of the league, with prices starting at only $150 per seat. So, beat the rush and get your holiday ticket plan now. For information, call 1-800-7-NJ-NETS or log on to njnets.com. That's 1-800-7-NJ-NETS.
Fill your heart with Christmas at the 2001 Radio City Christmas Spectacular. Come celebrate the Rockettes' 75th anniversary. Enjoy the parade of the wooden soldiers. Experience the new magical 3D sleigh ride. The Radio City Christmas Spectacular now through December 30th. For tickets, call 212-307-1000 or visit radiocity.com.
That's what I hated about being a parent, the cotton candy on my fingers. And
but it's still a great time of year.
Oh, wonderful.
Couldn't be better.
Good.
Even if you got to buy cotton candy.
Who was the buying that hurt me?
I know where you're coming from.
Wonderful show.
35-21, under 6 minutes remaining. Kenyon Martin back in the game after a healthy rest, and the Nets rotation back into a little more of a form with Richard Jefferson back in. Good step in by the Celtic defense. Come up with a steal. Here's launching. No good. Otapenko came up with it. Muscles inside. Left-handed hook. Good play.
That's probably what Heinze was talking about. Some toughness. How about the half-court jump shot by Paul Pierce? He shot that from Lawrence.
And that's a long way away.
Kansas, folks.
Aaron Williams. Now it's Martin and Kidd. 10 to shoot. They go down low. Jason Collins. Jump shot. Goes in and out. Over Antoine Walker.
Kidd gives you confidence, though. Now, here's a rookie. Give him a touch. Another deep one. Well, I guess he figured if Pierce can, why not me? Swan time.
Walker with a three-pointer. Celtics had not made one prior to that. Now they do have one, and they're down by 9. So that three-point field goal can get you back into things quickly.
Can get you healthy.
Aaron Williams spinning in the lane. Ball taken away. Martin now moving down low, off his knee, but a whistle. Going to be on the Celtics. As Byron Scott gets Todd McCullough, Kerry Kittles, and Keith Van Horn back in the game.
Crispy, it's a game of attrition, too. They're all fresh. They're all rested, even though the lead has shrunk. Second half, mentally, physically, they'll be alert and attuned. And how about Martin's ability with the dribble, the improvement now, getting down the lane confidently, getting to the free throw line.
Well, as Kenyon Martin goes to the line, he's averaging 37 minutes a game, and the Nets starters, only 3 of them are in the 30s, and this is the first. You look at the Celtics, they've got Pierce at 41 minutes a game, Walker at 44, the most in the league. And really, the minutes being spread out through the lineup for Byron Scott will add up to something positive as this season goes on, you would think.
And they're getting minutes because they deserve them, too. It's not a matter of just the clock. Jimmy O'Brien, in some cases, searching for, I think, the bench identity.
Palacio hands to Walker, now Pierce.
And they automatic switch this one because both forwards can play their guys. A little thing the coaches picked up.
And both of these guys, Walker and Pierce, like to post up and move inside, but Walker lost the ball. It's Kittles on the run. Dealing it to Kidd. Little jump shot by Jason, and he's got it.
Now, a lot of point guards won't run if they don't have the ball in the middle. And Jason Kidd acknowledging as Kerry Kittle's able to make the pass.
It all goes back to that philosophy of sharing, you know, sharing the ball, sharing the responsibilities defensively and offensively for Kidd. Now, Joe Johnson just powers his way in over Jason. He's got 2, and it's a 10-point game.
He's got some size on him. A little late help on that trip.
Kenyon Martin in the corner. Deals to Van Horn, who had a hot start to this one. Now Martin for the jump. Good boxing out that time by the Celtics. 3:30 remaining in the first. Walker blasting his way in, and the little floater is good.
Now he's got a little offensive ability, no question about it. And the freedom, too, to dominate.
He's 5 of 13, 12 points. Lead is 8 at 38-30. Celtics making a run right here. Here's Kittles. Kidd in the corner, way back. It's a 3-point field goal.
And he just continues to amaze you. A confident guy knows when they need a lift there. It was 38-30. How about that? Knocks it down.
Impeccable sense of timing by Kidd as far as game situations. Johnson has Palacio in the corner. His shot is no good, and Van Horn out-muscles Potapenko. Kidd bouncing down low to McCullough, and he got it to go.
What a look as he looked at Van Horn, throws the defense, and McCullough with soft, supple hands, huh?
10 assists for Kidd in the first half. 43-30. Johnson on the switch. Pierce. He's got so many silky moves. Blows down the lane. Shot didn't go. And there's a reach-in foul, that time by the Celtics. On the rebound.
Say McCullough in good spot there. How about this one? Look away. Count it.
It's a toy.
You don't like it.
No, it's great.
You know, you're always going on and on about
I
how
know.
much... As they say, it's the thought that counts.
Hey, look, I really like it. It's the nicest...
Unwrap a Jaguar S-Type, now for just $4.99 per month.
It's filled seats and trophy cases. It's made hearts pound and feet scramble. And at times, every eye in the arena has been on it. And this year, it will again affect New Jersey in a much different way. One home at a time. The Nets and the Fannie Mae Foundation are teaming up once more to revitalize neighborhoods throughout New Jersey as New Jersey's home team. And that's a goal worth shooting for.
When someone took his pride...
Are you, like, threatening to hit me? I'm gonna go with, yeah.
Joe Shepler...
You took something of mine, I want it back.
Took a stand.
Try to hit me in the face.
Do people ever come back here? This Christmas, be bold.
What are you, like 12?
Be brave.
Hey.
Be somebody. You talking to me? Tim Allen is Joe Somebody.
I'll take everything I see here, and if necessary, I'll buy that head.
The Christmas comedy for everybody. Rated PG, December 21st.
Tonight, same building, different surface. The Devils face off against the powerhouse Detroit Red Wings, best team in the NHL. Tune in at 7 for Continental Airlines Devils game night. Then Jersey hosts Detroit at 7:30 tonight here on Fox Sports Net. And the Devils lost in Detroit last night 4-2, so looking for a little payback here tonight at home against Dominik Hasek. Will probably be in net. He did not play last night. Now there's the deal down to McCullough, but it's stolen by the Celtics.
Pretty good play by the Celtics too defensively.
43-30. Pierce going down the lane, and Kittles on the run, open court, got it to go.
Kenyon Martin with a great save defensively, and the body flexibility of Kittles able to let the guy fly by.
Paul Pierce not happy about that last call. He thought there should have been free throws. Now he tries to deal it down to Potapenko, and it's
McCullough, I think, got a piece.
Deflected by McCullough. Now if you, here's another look at
this
Kenyon
save.
Martin.
I mean, he just gave him the duck to head. We never had to worry about that. And he's hitting the deck there. And McCullough down, and Pierce falls over him.
Biggest lead of the game is 15 for the Nets. 45-30, minute and a half. Oh, great pass by Kidd, and Henry Kittles. A 2K special there. 47-30.
And how about the option? He had McCullough on the other side running the floor. The big guy's really getting the puppies moving. Terrific kiss by Kittles and wowing them. And the Celtics known for their running game over the years, struggling.
Walker with a strong move and a little jump hook for him. He's got 14. Paul Pierce has made 1 of 15 shots in the first half, 2 points. Walker 6 of 14, so they've taken the 29 of the 45 by the team.
Well, if both of them are on the game, you're in trouble. If one is stopped, you got a legitimate shot.
Under a minute remaining, 15-point advantage. Walker with it. Setting himself up, long range, no good. Kidd got up there and got a piece of it.
He knew everybody had checked out. Oh, what a tough play.
Kidd pull up 3, no good. Martin way up there, almost had a piece of it.
That was a 2-for-1 deal. That's why he jacked it up.
7-second differential. Potapenko on McCullough, thought about shooting it, but they go down to Walker. Spin move left-handed. There's a whistle, and the ball does not go in, but Antoine Walker will get a chance for 2 at the free throw line.
Keith Van Horn with the giveaway there, but solid job defensively all half.
Coming up at halftime, in case you missed it in our pregame, we had the CIBC World Markets Cheering for Children Day. That's coming up next week, but it's a great piece on a company that's been doing some positive things for children, and we'll have the highlights and the statistics as well. So Antoine Walker, who's a 73% free throw shooter, has the first. He's led the way this afternoon with 15. Kenny Anderson back in. He's had just 4 this afternoon.
And right now, the Nets got to be prepared for a little pressure.
Rolls in and out, and the Nets will get the last chance. 10 seconds remaining.
And they run their offense. I like it when clubs run their offense to get into it.
Kittle shot it quickly, and that's going to give the Celtics a chance for one last opportunity. Pierce, no good. And that will end the first 24 minutes. Jason Kidd, the double-double already with 11 points, 12 assists, leading the way for the Nets this afternoon. They're up by 14 as Kenyon Martin and company heads to the locker room. We'll be back. Halftime activities coming up on Fox Sports Net. The Nets by 14. Back in New Jersey with the Nets leading by 14. Biggest lead of the half was 17. Celtics have never led. Looking at the statistics, fast break points, as you would expect. The Nets doing a good job in that category. Only 30% shooting by the Celtics, 50% by the Nets, and at the free throw line, the Nets also shooting at 83%. So the advantage of 14, and we've got 24 minutes to go. It's a 48-minute marathon, and Kenyon Martin driving inside. McCullough got a rebound and missed the bank, and that's kind of unusual.
Yeah,
he doesn't miss those too often.
I don't think he ever got a good grasp of the basketball.
Kenny Anderson, Antoine Walker, Paul Pierce. Got a mismatch inside with Walker on Kidd, and he'll get it to him. Now it's Pierce.
And look where Walker is with Kidd because he didn't get the ball.
Pierce going hard to the glass, missed the left-hander, rebounded by the Celtics, and kicked out. They like to do that, tip it out long, and they've been successful 2 or 3 times. Kittle's stripping. 2-on-1. Kittle's going to the basket, laid it up, got hit hard.
Ooh, I don't like the way he came down. And he is a little shaken up. Well, he can turn the afterburners on, can he?
Terry caught himself before he landed on the floor. Here's another look at it.
You know, there's 2 ways of looking at this. He could have given it up, but also the confidence to take a hit with that leg is something that's to be said. I mean, he really, well, he's exposed, basically.
He's got to play that way,
yeah,
though, right?
He does.
A year away, you know, you come back, you wouldn't blame him if he had some thought about it.
Play recklessly. It's usually when you're conservative that you get hurt.
Kittle's been averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds. Having a good afternoon here. He's got 8 so far.
Curry is so long, though. I mean, he almost got a piece of that one in the passing lane. Even here.
Williams over McCullough, and that's Tony Battie on the offensive glass.
And that's because McCullough helped out. It's tough to get a seal on his man.
McCullough wants the ball down on the low box. Martin hands to Kidd. Now they go to McCullough. Gets the kickback, up fake. Kidd's jump is off target, rebounded by Pierce.
Got to get back into the emotion. Start playing good D. Nice cross, huh?
Antoine missed a shot, and on the offensive glass again, it's Battie. It's off of the Celtics, and it will be New Jersey ball. Antoine Walker's had a running commentary going with Jess Kersey all afternoon. Hasn't won one battle yet. Todd McCullough, bank shot off target.
Just a little too deep maybe for that delivery. Nice look by Anderson.
And Martin fouls Paul Pierce. He went down hard.
And that was all ball to him. It was a foul, but up on the hands. It wasn't on the head. And good aggressive play.
Pierce is looking for something extra, but he's not going to get it, as you can see.
This is more like Kenny the Kid, don't you think? In his heyday, able to find people. And Kenyon Martin, you're exposed when you're up here, but this is just a good, hard play. And no question about the foul, but your momentum is changed. And Jimmy O'Brien begging for the flagrant foul from the other end.
I don't think that was a flagrant foul. That was the correct call. Pierce, the first Celtic since 87-88. Larry Bird just scored 2,000 in a season last year, so he's a prolific scorer.
What do you think Tommy Heinsohn was saying at the other end, though?
Oh, definitely. It was Tommy's one of the all-timers as far as discussing official calls. And Van Horn on a nice cut, able to draw a foul.
Now there's a set play out of their half-court set. You give up on the cutter, a nice angle, something they put in. There's Tommy, who has suggested on occasion that the official may have been erroneous.
And I have to admit, I loved that when he was a coach of the Celtics. If you're watching the Celtic game and you're in New England. And now, a technical foul.
And a lot of moaning you mentioned by Walker early. Now Pierce is in the middle of it.
Now the two of them are in Steve Jaffe's space. He's trying to get some space. Now he's going to explain it, which, you know, he doesn't have to, really.
Well, he must be talking properly, though, Pierce. Don't you think? And Keith, unfortunately, misses the first. He gets 2 more. First being the technical. Because Steve Jaffe's a guy to let you know quickly if you're out of order.
Has he ever done that with you?
No, no. Actually, we get along famously.
I know he glances over here once in a while. He might hear something that comes out of the booth. And,
well, you know, the officials don't, when you coach, they bothered you. But when you're doing what we do, they don't bother you as much. And look at this. The points allowed. First half tonight, only 33. Second half the other night, outstanding. 6 points in that third quarter, so to set it up. And Keith a little upset, missing 2 of 3.
Only 1 of 3 that time by Van Horn. Is 75% free throw shooter. He's got 9 now. So Pierce, Eric Williams, hard drive to the basket. McCullough redirected. Now he gets the rebound. It's Kidd looking for something. Doesn't have it.
Well, he keeps that left hand close to the ball because he's looking to make a play.
Over the defense, Martin got double teamed in the Celtic defense. Nearly stole it. Jess Kersey's going to have a word with Jim O'Brien.
Oh, not a word. He's right in his face there. You know? Wow. And he's still going. Just may have had an early wake-up call. Oh, he's still going.
Oh, now here comes O'Brien, and that's it.
That's what he's waiting for.
And he's out of the game.
I don't think that's good officiating. That's one of those where you get involved with a coach, it's going to lead the wrong direction. Lester Connor up trying to get Jimmy O'Brien. Wow.
Jim O'Brien was having words with Jess Kersey, and Kersey, I believe, said, you take care of the coaching. I don't know what happened after that, but Kersey had enough.
I didn't start out real well, I don't think, for Walker. Now he's talking to Jess Kersey, and it sort of continued. And, you know, we can't listen in whether certain things were said that would be immediate expulsion, but it was almost, the dialogue went too long to turn out favorably.
Well, the Celtics have been complaining most of the afternoon about calls, and now there's Dick Harder on the right, Lester Connor.
Here's Dick, and Lester Connor in the middle, and John Carroll on the left.
And they'll be left to run the Celtics show from here on. Kerry Kittles, baseline jumper gives the Nets a 17-point lead.
You know, I guess the legs are pretty good. I mean, that took a lot of strength without a bounce.
Now to Williams, and Kittles tried to steal it, but he got whistled. That's his first.
So they do a good job, the Celtics, of twisting you around. Just mumbling to himself as he came over, but they do a nice job of twisting you around with matchups. And that's why the Nets are at disadvantage, small playing big. Kittles on Williams.
Kidd guarding Anderson. McCullough steps up to help out, but Anderson made the jumper.
Nice hide and seek there.
54-39, under 9 minutes remaining in the third. Van Horn. Now Martin, Keith behind the arc to shoot. No good.
A nice down screen by McCullough, give him the open look.
Nothing but green jerseys on the defensive glass. And the Celtics are a good rebounding team, on the top 5 in the league. Pierce, long range, 3, drains it.
Well, they get healthy, don't they, quickly? Gets them right back to 12.
Pierce has now made 2 of 18 on the afternoon. Antoine Walker had this kind of night the first time these two met. Did not shoot well. Here's Jason Kidd. Back rimmed, and it's taken away by Martin. So a fresh 24 for the Nets. Kidd and Kittles are in double figures right now. 10 to shoot. Jason off the screen. No good.
Okay, his stroke looks pretty good, though. Both of them, the last one was back rim. And very confident. He's just undeterred. If he's free, he's going to take it.
Well, he's been working on rotation on his shot. There's a move by Anderson down low, and he's traveled.
And that's the size. You get in there too deep. And Keith Van Horn over to help out.
But with Kidd, I think if you see him shooting well, he's got a rotation that's working well.
And it seems to rotate better late. Last quarter,
yeah,
right?
Fourth quarter. Here's Van Horn. They tried to little two-man game with McCullough. That's a turnover. That is the 8th by the Nets. Both teams have 8, but the Nets have turned theirs into 15 points.
It's not the premier post-entry guy. I'm not asked to do that too often. Oh, they get Martin here. This is a turnover.
And then Martin reached in, and Paul Pierce was fouled. That's his third. So a little concern perhaps on the Nets bench here with 7:20 remaining in the third.
A little sluggish right now, both clubs. And here's another one, number 4. Just relax a little, number 3 or 4. 4.
Yeah, so 2 in a row against Kenyon Martin, and now Richard Jefferson's got to get off the bench quickly. Paul Pierce is so tough to stop off the dribble that Martin fouled him.
He plays big or small. I mean, no question about it. That time just didn't seal off that baseline.
So now a challenge for Richard Jefferson, who stands 6'7", as does Pierce. Lots of moves from Pierce. Up off the top of the board, and it's going to be a foul on Tony Battie.
He went after McCullough a little bit.
That's the second team foul on the Celtics, so a grinding start to this third quarter, the opening 5 minutes. And that's maybe something the Celtics would like to see, because the Nets, when they run, can really put up some points. Here's Jefferson. Pull up in traffic, got it blocked, but he got it back. Now moves inside.
Carry. Oh, pretty good move, too. Other than the carry, huh?
Called for a carry that time, and another turnover. So this game has slowed down considerably.
Yeah, that's that palm. Allen Iverson used to do that in college quite a bit. Not quite as much now.
Eric Williams in a mismatch with Kittles wants the ball. Now he's got it.
McCullough looking to help.
Strong move in. McCullough standing there, but Eric Williams got the shot off, and Kittles got the board.
Great job on D by Kittles.
Running the floor, it's Van Horn stopping. On Pierce, wants to back him in. Double team coming. Jump hook over him. Rolls in, out, and in.
How about that? He caught it and didn't walk. Great control, and then backed his guy down. Nice soft delivery by the youth.
Van Horn's been working on that a little more this season, because he knows he's going to get the ball on the run quite a bit. What to do with it when he gets it, that's the question. Pierce knows what to do with it. Knocks down a 3.
Make the catch harder. Make it deeper on the floor, and then challenge. He does have range.
That's his third field goal in 20 attempts. But when you've got a scorer's mentality, you just keep shooting it.
McCullough with the downstream. That's the play they use where he pins guys. Got to be stationary.
Timeout on the court. Under 6 minutes remaining in the third. Nets up by 11.
A Big Mac meal with pies, or
number 3 with the fajita.
Thinking about making more of your extra value meal? Then add an item from the Mickey D's Dollar Menu, like pies, fajitas, salads, and more.
It was named Most Beautiful Car in the World by the Italian press, and Best Value in its class by Strategic Vision. And after outselling the Mercedes C-Class all summer, it's ready to take on winter. The Volvo S60, available now with electronically controlled all-wheel drive. It adheres to everything but convention.
Easy, boy.
I'm the chicken man. Just look at those sandwiches. Chicken McGrill, crispy chicken. People try them, they fall in love. I'm telling you people out there, love the chicken.
Mike Crispino, Bill Raftery back in New Jersey on a matinee where the Celtics bench is without Jim O'Brien, the head coach, who was ejected after a couple of these plays.
No, that's the one he felt was a flagrant because the Nets had one earlier. And I guess he felt Kenyon had pushed and then pushed off there as well. And right away you saw Jess Kersey turn towards the bench, and John Carroll, Lester Connor in the middle, and Dick Harder on your right.
And sometimes, I don't know if you agree with this or not, Bill, but a coach will do that to get his team a little fired up as Paul Pierce goes to the goal, and he draws a whistle.
I don't think he wanted to be thrown. I think he was a little shocked at it initially, but once you get to first, it's hard to stem the flow if you're a little bit upset. But, you know, off air, you were just talking about Pierce and Walker, what loads they are to defend against, and they go to them, they ride them, and they put pressure on you. So at that time, I thought Richard Jefferson did a better job forcing the catch out deeper, but then he mixes it up with the bounce.
And the only thing I added to that as we were talking is that oftentimes your teammates, if you're a Celtic player, get a little mesmerized by these guys because they do so much with the ball.
You stand around a little. I think they do dribble a little too much. You know, they're going to get most of the touches, but make a quick decision.
9-point advantage. Here's Jefferson. Had a little
jump
opening, and there's a jump ball as Pierce got up there on Jefferson and tied him up.
And you can see Richard just off his game a tad, and that's him being laid up with the knee problems. But right here, here's the traffic, and he can't get it away from the defense, and a good call. Should go to Kidd and Van Horn. Yeah. Now it should go Kidd and Kittle.
Since Jim O'Brien was ejected, a 10-4 run by the Celtics. Nets come up with it. Up by 9, 5.5 to go in the third.
But Kidd tips more balls to people than people get assists. You know?
That's true. Now he guns it up from way downtown.
Had to, though. Late.
Had to beat the clock, and it's short. Now it'll be Boston ball. A chance for them to get back within 6 if they can hit a 3. Walker goes over the defense. Nice look to Paul Pierce. And the Celtics are right back in it, down by 7.
Walker's got the ability to use his size to make that delivery. Front a little bit too high, maybe.
That is the 8th assist as a team for the Celtics. Now Pierce with a steal. And Walker running the court with Aaron Williams. Williams fouls him, and Walker will have to make 2.
Some mistakes now. The little run, and these are the tests that you get in the NBA. Byron Scott looking on, and the offense not in sync. Unforced turnovers, a jump ball situation, and then the ensuing run out, and the post pass, too. Just not as alert as they were in the first half.
I think that was a little bit of a wake-up call by Jim O'Brien in some ways. There's the coaching staff talking it over.
Having a few chats there.
You rarely see a Dick Harder smile on the bench, right?
Well, some days I rarely see a Dick Harder smile. A long time. Of course, head coach in Charlotte, but NBA assistant Chuck Daly, Piston Daly, DJ out in Portland.
Defensive specialist Jefferson in traffic, and he did draw the foul that time. He got hit on the way in a couple of times.
Willing to take that hit, and they're playing up on him. He should be able to get his jump shot at some point, but his use of the dribble is what separates him from a lot of forwards. He can really get into a lane and create some problems.
First on Pierce, and here's Jefferson at the line. Richard Jefferson out of Los Angeles.
You know, it's interesting. Byron was a great shooter and scorer. Played off the ball. Eddie Jordan was the same as like Jason Kidd. Eddie's family will love me.
Yeah, right.
And Eddie was a very talented guy, but he knew how to run a team, too. It's interesting to see him get back to play.
Walker powered his way in over Kittles, but missed the shot. Now Kittles running hard on the right wing. Gives it up to Aaron Williams for 2.
Run the floor. Again, it's so important if you're going to push the basketball that all 5 get down there. You never know when it's going to fall your way.
Just the 3rd field goal for the Nets here in the 3rd. Celtics have had the better of it so far. Anderson, hard drive, and a tip near the goal. Doesn't go in. Kidd behind the back. On the run, dealing to Van Horn. Hard drive, Van Horn's down. And got hit in the face, I think.
Tell you what, these forwards put pressure on you. Little Nick looks like he'll be all right. But when you get to the free throw line, your survival is enhanced. You know you're going to get there with a chance for 2. But the big guys put the defense in a difficult or tenuous position every time they run the floor.
So Van Horn will go to the line after taking a shot to the nose, it looks like, or the bridge of his nose.
See, I can see you're not used to getting hurt. You're so solicitous. Here's one, I think he wanted to jam that one as he double pumped and a little giveaway. And Jefferson gets a blow too, is right here, right across. Now that does hurt. I'll give in. Take me out.
A guy of your size and your scoring ability had to be getting hit in the face a lot when you were playing.
Well, I got hit in the face for a lot of other reasons too. But he's running the floor and getting to the line. That's key for this team.
a tee on the low box on Aaron Williams. Wants to move on him. A little hook shot, a little jump shot on the corner. And look at the work there by Joe Johnson. And he got it tipped to a teammate to keep it alive.
And Lucius over there trying to contest.
Now Pierce. He'll shoot from anywhere, everywhere. Anderson had it stolen. Kittles. It's Kidd in the open court now on Pierce. Dealing it to Harris for two.
Oh, is he clever? And how about Lucius? A lot of guys are steal almost by Lucius.
But a Kidd down low, and he fouled.
And he knows.
Anderson.
What great hustle, though. Come out and watch these guys play, folks. Listen to this applause. We haven't seen this all year, but that's the kind of energy that is expended by this team. Just a magnificent play. Williams with the hand up, the flex, and right here, the ability to run the floor. Guys waiting for him to give it up because he will. He's so unselfish.
And then he grinds it out on the defensive end.
And there it is. Anything to help your team become a winner. Just miraculous.
Well, you've said this all season long. If you're one of the other guys playing with Jason Kidd, you're going to run. Because you know he's going to find a way to get you the ball.
He just loves to ring the bell for somebody else. I mean, he's just a great influence. Attitude.
And that time, Lucius Harris, trailing the play by a lot, got into the play.
Sprinted. And you see Kittles right behind him trying to get a piece of the action?
They go over the defense to Aaron Williams, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Williams, who pushed off. That is the 15th foul on the Nets, with 3:04 left in the third.
Curious to hear as the coaches call out the play, the reaction, and you got to come ready to play. Kenny Anderson down there, I'm sure looking on saying, woo. Kid does push it.
Joe Johnson's been quiet here this afternoon, the rookie.
And see, Pierce knows he can elevate over Lucius Harris there, the plumb bob. So you really got to get up and under him.
Pierce now has 16 on 22 shots.
Man, we're trying to balance the floor. Nice.
Gives to Kittles, long range from Carey, and Karam to Antoine Walker. Big man charging down court. Deals to Pierce. Jump stop, stripped, and a whistle by Jess Kersey.
Lucius with a terrific position, and then the swipe.
Timeout on the court. Nets by 10 here in New Jersey.
To all the weekend warriors who push themselves to the limit, the sports medicine experts and orthopedic specialists of Continuum Hospitals are thankfully here to help.
Chrysler PT Cruiser. Room for your loved things and your loved ones.
Buddy, here, buddy. Buddy. Oh, no.
Now get Chrysler PT Cruiser starting at just $16,800, plus 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection.
As the holiday season approaches, give a gift everyone can enjoy. It's the New Jersey Nets holiday ticket plan, which includes 6 of the league's must-see games. Buy now, and you can see the Nets stars as they take on the rest of the league, with prices starting at only $150 per seat. So, beat the rush and get your holiday ticket plan now. For information, call 1-800-7-NJ-NETS or log on to njnets.com. That's 1-800-7-NJ-NETS.
Tonight on Fox Sports Net, get a full recap of the Nets, plus the rest of the local sports news. Knicks highlights, hockey being played by all 3 of the locals on New York Sports Report, 10 p.m. on Fox Sports Net. Recap, too, of the Marty Glickman Classic, Bill, being played at Madison Square Garden, first ever for the legendary broadcaster in his memory. There are going to be some great tournaments with that name on it over the years as the years go by, I would imagine.
Great respect for him. I saw Doc Emmerich in the back, speaking of great broadcasters. Getting ready for the Devils tonight, back-to-back. You mentioned Detroit. Best team in hockey, I guess, huh?
Right now, they are. They made a lot of off-season moves. They got a great team. Dominic Hasek will be in the house tonight. A lot of people think he's the premier goaltender in the league. Kenyon Martin on the bench has 4 personals. Paul Pierce, along with Antoine Walker, have been dominating the offense for the Celtics, but they're down by 10.
And by the way, Pierce and Walker have 33 points, 22 for the rest of the team. I mean, that's what you were alluding to earlier. They need some other people to assist them. It's tough to carry the load in a 5-man sport.
Well, we have word from the Garden that Hofstra defeated Iona 67-54 in the first half of that Marty Glickman Classic. So a lot of great local programs coming into the Garden to play college basketball this year. Kittle's off balance. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, never got his legs. Tom Pecora took over at Hofstra for Jay Wright, so it continues, huh?
And Jay Wright, of course, doing a great job recruiting already for his team as Walker steps back off balance.
Who gets the assist?
And knocks it down, I guess. So now Walker, 19 points. He's made 7 of 21. And it's a 5-point game. Bounce past Aaron Williams on the way up. Walker deflected. Here's Joe Johnson.
They got a clear out, see if they assist.
Walker spinning. Dealing in the corner to Milt Palacio. No good. Kidd has the rebound. It's 1-on-4, and it's stolen by the Celtics. And they got a man. It's Paul Pierce. And suddenly, it's a 3-point game.
It's a game. They want to push, and they're not conservative, so accidents are going to happen as it did that last trip.
Here's Kittles. Kick in the corner to Van Horn. No good, and Aaron Williams deflected it. Kittles kept it alive. Now Lucius down to Van Horn, spinning on Pierce. Tough shot. Pierce good defense, and Walker rebounds.
Didn't really shoot it.
Final minute of the third, and the Celtics, they've been behind all day long, have a chance to tie.
Walker wanted it out there. Let's see if they just pick and pop, and they get the switch.
Walker on Kidd. Hard drive, fadeaway jumper. Banked home.
Come on.
For 2.
Come on. Oh, no smile. A kiss.
2 for 1. Kidd goes to the basket, pull-up shot, and it goes in. But it's going to be an offensive foul.
The left arm, or did he step out?
And it's going to be inbounded. Let's see.
Well, that's his strength. They're saying there is the call. Palacio, good position. It wasn't a push-off, just good defensive reaction.
13-0 run has wiped out all but one of a 14-point lead for the Celtics. Now the chance to take the lead and go to the fourth. Walker isolated on Van Horn. Step back 3. No. It's rebounded by Kidd. Nearly stolen by Joe Johnson, but Kidd still has it. Time running out. Puts it up. No good.
The one thing they have going, they've rested people. They're prime. The key is when Jason Kidd takes a few minutes, if they do.
Antoine Walker got a break right here and made it work for him. Stepping back for 3. Celtics down 1 after.
I'm ready. NBA League Pass out on DirecTV. It's super bad. It's hot. All that. Baby, get on up and make the call. How you gonna beat that? What a deal. Bring it on. Up to 40 games a week.
Get your courtside seat and catch up to 40 games a week from outside your local viewing area for $179 or 4 payments of $44.75. To order NBA League Pass on DirecTV, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS or log on to DirecTVSports.com.
You just a baby boy.
I love you, girl. From the director of Boys in the Hood.
Sandy, baby, running the streets.
Change the game. Tyrese Gibson. Snoop Dogg. And Ving Rhames.
Stay up, baby boy.
I got you. Baby Boy.
Playing this month on Blockbuster Ticket, only on DirecTV.
$7:30 on Fox Sports Net.
They are the
the shining stars of the NBA, the world's greatest players, and you can bring them together for the 2002 NBA All-Star Game in Philadelphia. It's NBA All-Star Balloting presented by America Online. Your chance to choose from the speed, strength, and dominance of the league's best players. To cheer on your favorite All-Stars, make your vote count. Vote online at NBA.com or America Online keyword NBA All-Star to assemble your team of shining stars.
The Isles continue to feast on the East when Pekka and the Islanders visit LeClaire and the Flyers. New York looks to devour Philadelphia Thursday at 7:30 on Fox Sports Net.
New Jersey Nets basketball is brought to you in part by Jeep, the most award-winning brand of 4x4s on earth, and by Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time. Continental Airlines Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey, headed to the fourth quarter. And Michael Korn, North Carolina guy, happy to hear that college hoops will be on Fox Sports Net tomorrow night. Premiere of an ACC Sunday Night Hoops doubleheader this week, starting at 6, North Carolina hosting Georgia Tech, followed by Clemson visiting Duke. That's tomorrow night only on Fox Sports Net.
And Carolina could use one, as they say.
Yes, they could. Off to a slow start.
Big game early in the year.
Not used to that kind of start. Down in heel country, Walker on the pass inside, and it's going to be an offensive foul.
How about that team defense? And Williams, the last line of protection, with a great step in.
Jim O'Brien, the Celtic coach, ejected in the third. The next 9 minutes plus, his team came out firing, outscored the Nets 29-12. In the corner, it's Van Horn kicking it to Aaron Williams, and he's stripped on the way up. 11 to shoot. Celtics have been more aggressive defensively, taking the ball away. Nets have now made 15 turnovers.
Now, do you attribute that to being thrown out?
Well, I mean, you know, you could say it, part of it. Oh, there's Jason Kidd.
There's the bite. He just bites you at the appropriate time.
Sometimes, well, you're the coach. Coaches try things,
Well, I
don't
think it gives them a lift. No, sometimes you... In some cases, they're glad to see you go. In my case, anyhow. But no, it's a nice run here by Lucius.
Walker, Aaron Williams, good help. Rejection. Walker can't get it off. Now Strickland. Walker gets open again, though. No good. And the ball is knocked loose. It'll be...
They got green.
Celtic ball as Steve Javy talks it over with Jess Kersey, and that's what they come up with. Kenyon Martin back in the game, has 4 personals, 9 points. I think Byron Scott thinking, got to slow down Pierce and Walker.
Yeah, that's why they're the best officials in the world on how they coordinate. I mean, something like that. One wasn't sure.
Walker and Van Horn doing battle down low. Now Walker, 6 or 7 moves, and Aaron Williams steps in defensively.
Great job.
Harris running the Kid, the up fake. Now dealing it to Williams on the drive. Tips it, got it back. Put it up again, and he got fouled.
What a job by Aaron Williams. Defensively, a presence, and that time countering with sprinting the floor, getting himself into an area where he can dominate. Oh, but Van Horn, individually, just moving the feet, make the guy step a little wider, and that gives your center, in this case, Aaron Williams, a chance to do some damage.
Now, that's the kind of play, as Aaron has the first of 2. We did not see last year. The help by Aaron Williams really made the play.
Well, they know it, and they have the ability to do it. I think last year they knew it and didn't quite have the ability. I mean, there's more of a presence defensively than we've seen in quite a while.
And I think that defensive pressure, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but it starts on the perimeter. Oh, and that's with Kittle's back and Jason Kidd.
Well, Kidd contains his guys. You're right, totally. They don't turn the corner on him.
5-point lead. Here's Strickland. They just keep pounding it down to Walker. Turnaround hook. Count it.
He's a load, huh? I mean, he's prolific. In or out. With Pierce getting a blow, he's about to come back in. They're going to ride Walker.
23 for Walker. And Jason Kidd did travel that time, as Jess Kersey pointed out.
You know what happened? Kenyon switched sides of the screen. Started one, then switched it to the other. And Jason was anticipating going to the middle, and he had switched sides.
Joe Johnson sits down. Just 4 points this afternoon for the Very special rookie of the Celtics. Now Eric Strickland. Guarded by Harris. Van Horn on Walker. Here he comes again. He's just a shooting machine. Strickland, no good. Tipped up and in. Walker again. Wow. Single-handed, he killed the Nets last year. Averaged a triple-double against them in the 4 Celtic wins. Had a bad night in Boston in the first meeting between these two. Now Walker on defense. Van Horn, baseline jump, front rim. Walker. Celtics can take the lead, and it's taken away from them on the run-out by Lucius Harris.
That's one way of stopping a break, and make sure you get back in transition. Boy, Walker's so many positions that he can play and play well.
He is a quality big man, but he can play the small man game, which is kind of amazing when you think about it. It's 6'9". Pierce, and an offensive foul as Aaron Williams stepped in.
Oh, what a reaction he has had. A force to get the basketball to take away offensive opportunities. Here you think you got a goal, and that's what team defense is all about. Just keep your guy and ride him if he does beat you with the dribble. You hope to get some help. Great step in.
Jason Kidd, hands to Martin. Now Harris. Van Horn to shoot it. Front rims, and he's gone cold. It's Palacio with it.
Keep getting him those looks, though. Uncontested.
Pierce on the drive.
Is that Kenyon or Williams again?
Williams again with the help defense. Here's Kidd as Martin comes slowly up into the offensive end. Ten to shoot it. Van Horn fakes it this time. Now steps up. Goes in and out with it. Potapinko lost it.
What a break. Kenyon.
Time out on the court. Kenyon Martin and the Nets trying to grind one out against the Celtics.
Into reality TV, Plasma Flat Screen HD TV, made possible by Panasonic.
Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go.
Now head home for the holidays in any new Jeep vehicle with the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection. Plus, we've extended 0% APR on select 2002s through the end of the year.
Pray for the fun, it's the pudding time, but pray for the pumpkin pie.
To all the weekend warriors who push themselves to the limit, the sports medicine experts and orthopedic specialists of Continuum Hospitals are thankfully here to help.
Into reality TV, high-definition television, made possible by Panasonic.
The game summary is brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. Paul Pierce had a huge third quarter, 16. Nets still leading in the fast break point category. Now the Celtics doing the better job off the boards. And they're the two-pronged attack, which we talked about at the top of the broadcast, of Walker and Pierce, have accounted for 45 of the Celtics' 67, despite shooting 30%.
16 to 52. I mean, that should give you ample opportunity to run out and get control of the game. But now they've made it a game. They've got to execute in the half court. Got to get it in.
Jefferson inbounds to Kidd. So Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Lucius Harris, Aaron Williams, and Kenyon Martin.
And they get the reach in. Walker. You know, what's interesting, the insertion now of Jefferson, what that does, Van Horn was a little off his shot. You've got some fatigue. He's guarded very well. And that's number 5 on Walker. And he's going to go after Jess. Let's see. He's having a conversation with Jess. A little more selective in his delivery, I'm sure.
Game has never been tied. Celtics had played from behind all afternoon, and Williams stepped in to take it away on a soft pass from Lucius Harris.
Didn't get the right angle and throw it to the outside hand. Got to get some help.
Pierce taken away by Jefferson. Now he's in the open court with one man to beat. Palacio, layup and in.
That's what's incredible. They got to get back. They don't see down the floor. Oh my goodness, wide open. Strickland.
Key play right there by Richard Jefferson. Beat Milt Palacio on the layup. Now full top Penko trying to turn on Aaron Williams. Can't get loose. Ball on the floor. Now he shoots it up. Williams got a piece. Oh! And there's a loose ball foul
Strickland.
On Eric Strickland.
What an asset. Last week we were talking about no Jefferson, no rotation. Put him in now, and immediately an impact with a denial, a deflection, and his ability with the dribble in the open floor, and emphatically challenging at the rim.
So Bolt Top Penko sits down, and Tony Battie is back in. Nets by 3.
Nice pass.
Kenyon Martin. Oh, ho, ho.
Oh. Now you're excited about the dunk, and rightfully so. But how about the pass to the correct hand? I mean, that is what basketball's all about. I mean, all of a sudden, he's going to make the look there, but look at, he sees the defense on the right side, and just incredible around the rim. And Kenyon Martin just attacks with reckless abandon, a little authority. But it's Kidd who puts it on the spot.
And Kenyon Martin on the line to shoot 2. Shooting at 70% this year. Kenyon Martin, the second leading scorer on the Nets at 16 points a game. There's Jason and Byron Scott. Talking offense or defense?
I would say offense. I would say offense because they've had a little trouble on that end of the floor. I mean, they go over walkthroughs and tape work, and they know everything that they're running. Coaches holler out what the play is, but I would say just getting organized on offense, something that Byron was suggesting.
And Aaron Williams got an offensive rebound after Martin missed both. So Aaron Williams has had a solid afternoon defensively and on the boards. Now Martin gets it back on Eric Williams in traffic, tipped up, and taken by the Celtics. Kenny Anderson to Pierce. Goes right by Martin. Martin rejected him. And Eric Williams will go to the line as Aaron Williams fouled him.
And that's pretty fortunate because I think Pierce going to the rim may have gotten tagged. They get to the free throw line. But right here you can see where Martin hasn't been able. He's amazing how he swipes and gets the ball. Fortunately, they're not getting the support baseline particularly with Pierce, but you can see the swipe there, and this is the eventual giveaway, and there's no question they are starting to bang a little bit.
Kenyon Martin being attended to by Tim Walsh briefly, the Nets trainer, as he banged a wrist down there.
They're not going away.
Celtics back within 1. Headed toward the 7-minute mark of the 4th. Team that gave the Nets all kinds of trouble last year, beat them 4 straight times, including twice here in New Jersey. Harris shoots it and makes it.
How about that set play?
That's give it to me, let me shoot it.
Exactly, a little deflection, and he knew what to do with it.
Good sense of the clock, though, by Harris. They needed to get something, and they did. Now Williams taken away by Jefferson, and he steps on the sideline.
I think they got the foul before, though, Crispy. On the entry pass, he reached over and just threw the arm down. A pretty easy call. He'll come this side, you just see the little reach, gets a piece, and eventually on the sideline.
And Richard Jefferson nearly in the front row of Nets fans with the hustle.
See if he can force it to the middle.
Harris, wow, quick jump shot for a deuce. 1-point game.
Boy, Paul catches the ball and pierces your heart. And he doesn't need the dribble.
So Paul Pierce now has got 22. Aaron Williams turnaround jumper. That's no good. And the Celtics save it, and they can take the lead with 6:15 remaining. Pierce, Anderson, Battie, Strickland, and Williams. Here's Pierce, way behind the arc. Drains it for 3.
Timeout, Byron. gets everybody back in order. Little struggle. Van Horn's rested, McCullough's rested, and Pierce is just lining them up and drilling them.
Yes, he is, and he's taunting the Nets crowd, too.
Happy holidays from all of the great gifts at Office Depot. Office Depot, proud sponsor of the 2002 U.S. Olympic team.
Other airline credit cards give you 1 mile for every dollar you spend. But only the Delta Sky Miles credit card from American Express gives you that. Plus, you'll always get double miles at supermarkets, drugstores, and on Delta tickets. On top of 5,000 bonus miles just for getting the card. Watch how quickly all those extra miles add up to your free vacation travel. We can't say the Delta Sky Miles credit card is twice as good as other airline credit cards, but you might. Call 1-800-SKY-MILES to apply now.
They are the shining stars of the NBA, the world's greatest players, and you can bring them together for the 2002 NBA All-Star Game in Philadelphia. It's NBA All-Star Balloting presented by America Online. Your chance to choose from the speed, strength, and dominance of the league's best players. To cheer on your favorite All-Stars, make your vote count. Vote online at NBA.com or America Online, keyword NBA All-Star, to assemble your team of shining stars.
Visit MSGNetwork.com for the latest on the Nets, plus every Sunday get post-game comments and sound bites from the Jets and Giants players and coaches. And for complete coverage of the Nets throughout the season, visit NJNets.com. We'll be getting a new column from my colleague Bill Raftery. What, can you divulge a little bit of what we're going to hear there?
Those inner secrets, I'd like to keep them to myself.
We'll have to wait 24 hours. Aaron Williams on the cut to the basket, and out of the timeout, the Nets tie it up at 74 all.
Great organization, too. Nice dive by the A-Train.
All tied. 5:35 to go.
And good job, the deep catch.
Eric Williams on Martin, who's got 4 fouls. Tries to get something happening. Hard drive off balance. No good. Nets come up with it. Now Kidd handing to Harris.
Good points.
Kenyon Martin's getting down court slowly. I don't know if there's anything wrong.
On the rebound, he just sort of was set back, jarred his heels. Oh, this is deep.
Going to shoot a 3-ball.
Oh, he's all right.
Sit down.
He's all right. He just wanted to delay. Delayed hitter, and look at him. He is pumped.
That doesn't happen often, if at all. But now the crowd is into it. The cutter is the tee. Aaron Williams blocks. Whistled by Jess Kersey.
How about the reaction and the smile by Williams? He has been such a force on the defensive end. Richard Jefferson as well comes in to help. The hands, and you can just see a little body, but just a terrific reaction. Now, Kenyon Martin, everybody likes to shoot a 3, but how about this reaction? Oh, there is a guy. And he wants the house to join it.
So Battie goes to the line as the first. Celtics as a team shoot about 73% from the line.
He's only about 58, 59%, right? Right in there.
Battie himself has had some difficulties there. 58%, but he's got these two. And the lead is 1. Under 5 minutes remaining, so Kerry Kittle's back. Martin, Kidd, McCullough, and Richard Jefferson. Here's Richard. 10 to shoot it. Kidd kicks in the corner to Kittles. That rolls in and out. Kidd got the rebound.
On the pass, his momentum took him baseline. A little kiss by Kidd.
3-point lead. Celtics trying to get organized offensively, and they do. Strickland to Anderson. Kidd's on him. Now Battie. Down to 5. McCullough, they got to get it. Battie off balance. No good. And Jefferson's going to be called as Eric Williams Had position, but got pushed.
Tough little play, too. Close the miss. They'll come up with it in a well-rested Keith Van Horn coming in now for Richard Jefferson. So we mentioned the rotation. Everybody but Jason Kidd getting a blow.
4:03 remaining. And a 3-point net lead. Walker's back with 5 personals. Here's Pierce. Puts it up off balance. It went in and out and in.
Tough. Just breaks you down, jabs you, recovers.
Just keeps coming. 1 of 16, 8 of 12. Now McCullough on the high post. Dealing to Kidd. Now to Kittles for the jump.
Good one. Nice set play, screen down by Martin. Well diagrammed play.
Kittles has a dozen. 4 of the 5 net starters in double figures. Now Walker got loose. Blocked by McCullough. He powers it back in, and the Nets have it.
Look at him feel it, huh?
Kidd's got McCullough for a moment.
And it closed. You know, you got the time. Heads-up play.
Kidd driving baseline. Now deals down to Martin. Fouled. Shot goes in.
What a play by Jason Kidd. A little kiss ricochet. All of a sudden, they're back to running their half court in a solid fashion. Interesting enough, McCullough comes on the floor offensively. Not that he's touched the ball, but he's in position. Here's a nice little slip. And how about this? Take the hit and bang it, huh? A little double kiss-a-roo.
Kenyon Martin with a 3 and a 3-point play. 6 by Martin. Nets by 6. Under 3 minutes remaining, and the Celtics call a timeout.
One conventional and one a deep tray. K-Martin.
Kenyon Martin keying a late net surge.
Into reality TV, Plasma Flat Screen HD TV, made possible by Panasonic.
At CIBC World Markets, we believe in miracles.
100% of the commissions that we do on December 5th, which is Miracle Day, go towards children's charities.
You actually see concrete results.
Whether it's to do with somebody disabled or somebody with an illness.
And that is just an overwhelmingly good feeling.
One day that we're going to give up our commissions to make the world of difference in a lot of children's lives.
To learn more about Miracle Day, visit us at CIBCWM.com.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Now head home for the holidays in any new Jeep vehicle with the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection. Plus, we've extended 0% APR and select 2002s through January 8th.
Hooray for the fun, it's the pudding time. Hooray for the pumpkin
Into reality TV, high-definition television, made possible by Panasonic.
Wednesday night on Fox Sports Net, Stephon Marbury returns to Jersey as the Nets host the Phoenix Suns. Preview the action on Nets game night at 7:30, then at 8. The Nets and Suns collide Wednesday night here on Fox Sports Net.
Well, Steph will be back to show his wares. And a great matchup with Jason Kidd and Stephon. Right now, defensively, you know, if it's Walker or Pierce, you got your hands full.
7-0 run in the last 148 for the Nets. And Pierce off the dribble, driving, didn't get it to go, but he's going to get 2 free throws.
And that's that containment. If you just get him one dribble, they automatic switch on the same side. Coaches felt that there's an even match as Walker and Pierce on the same side. So Keith ends up with the guy who's got great ability to get to the basket and just didn't contain him. Pierce.
And there's Paul Pierce for his 27th point. Talk about a shooter's mentality, Bill. He had an awful first half, nothing landed. Now in the second, he's ignited his team, got him within 4.
He's a great talent. I mean, just a confident performer. You knew he was going to come back after you.
2:35 remaining. It's Todd McCullough handing the Kid. Moving it to Kittle for the jump.
Short.
Kittle got it.
Just snuck in there. Same play, and they ride it. Set it up left, side exchange right.
Now Pierce again goes by Kenyon Martin, who had to foul him.
And got him way outside.
That's 5 on Kenyon Martin now.
Well, the one thing, you'd hate to use him. Now, here's the play. Now, here's the dribble exchange on the right. Now, right down here is how they're setting up Kittle. So here's the dribble exchange. Now, Keith exchanges, and here comes Curry. Just terrific little play. You can see how the defense sneaks a peek, and you get an open look.
And Pierce, perfect from the line. 9 of 9 now. 30 points for Paul Pierce. And that one rolls in and around and in. Still a 4-point game.
See if they ride the same play.
2:15 remaining. It's McCullough at the high post.
They're going to play the same play. This is the 3rd time now.
Kid lost it. Now he recovers.
But throws it out of sync.
10 to shoot. He pulls up to shoot, and it's rebounded by Eric Williams. So Kenny Anderson has it. Pull-up jump by Anderson. He's got that.
And that time, Jason couldn't get over the top. And just that cushion for Anderson to bite.
Jason Kidd has a high on the season of 18 assists, with the Nets lead by 2, under 2 minutes remaining. Here's Kittles. Driving, in traffic, blocked by Pierce. McCullough came down with it, and there's going to be a jump ball.
Pretty good reaction defensively on Kittles.
1:37 remaining, only 5 to shoot it. They may put an extra second on. They're talking, I'm going to go with 14.
Yeah.
So if the Nets can control it, they'll have 14 to shoot it. McCullough and Petit.
Everybody over anxious here.
And Petit bats it out of bounds. Oh, it's saved.
Good communication, huh?
Antoine Walker to his teammate Pierce. 2-point game. Anderson on Kidd. In the lane, backs it out.
There's that containment with the dribble.
Pierce up fakes, driving hard, in traffic, and a foul called.
I don't think it was the big guy, McCullough. Martin down there looming too.
Going to be on Todd McCullough.
Put some pressure on you.
He just can't stop the dribble.
Now right here, you're just trying to step up, and McCullough gets hit on the swipe.
And that time, Pierce got so far under the basket, perhaps, that I don't think he could have got the shot off.
But at that point, you know, defensively, you really hung out to dry.
But he knows he's going to get contact, and he knows he's a pretty good free throw shooter. That's his first miss of the night.
Now, the last stroke, he got a break on the shooter's roll. Remember the one that crawled in for him? That time, he had the same kind of a stroke. Not as confident.
Pierce has played 43 of the 46 minutes so far this afternoon, and he's got 1 of 2. It's a 1-point game. Timeout on the court. 1:21 left. New Jersey clinging to a single-point lead.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Now head home for the holidays in any new Jeep vehicle with the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection. Plus, we've extended 0% APR on select 2002s through the end of the year.
Hooray for the fun, it's the pudding time. Hooray for the pumpkin pie.
New Jersey Nets basketball has been brought to you by Dreyfus, the power of you, your advisor, and Dreyfus. To learn more, call your financial advisor. And by The Wiz. Get it right at The Wiz, your ticket to entertainment.
Back in New Jersey, the timeout situation. Celtics have 2 full and a 20. Nets have a full and a 20. New York Sports Report tonight will have The recap of this game, what's going on around the world of baseball. The Knicks have a game tonight at home. The Devils play here tonight against the Detroit Red Wings. All of that coming up on the New York Sports Report on Fox Sports Net. Now, a minute 21 remaining on the offensive end. The Nets will have the ball. Where do they go?
Well, they've been riding that dribble exchange on the one side. I would look for a post-up of some sort. You know, see if they can get Van Horn or Martin after they run their initial side screens, letting them slip to the box, see if they can get them at least to the free throw line. Now they're going to take it out the length of the floor, got the full 24. But they'll probably do it off some motion. You know how they like to pass, kid gives it up, comes back, it's through, and then eventually they'll get another touch.
Now, neither team has a foul to give, so as we get down to this final minute, that could be a factor.
If I were Boston, once Kidd gives it up, I would not let him get it back.
Kidd there to Kittles. Now in the corner to Kenyon Martin. McCullough cut off. Carey driving. Bank shot is no good, and Eric Williams had the rebound, so Nets didn't get a good one there.
No.
The Celtics can take the lead. Kenny Anderson's been coming off that pick. Here's for three. Got it. Kill it. Big shot from Paul Pierce, and the Celtics lead by 2. 35 for Pierce. Now it's Van Horn's turn, and he can't answer. It's an air ball, but Martin got it back.
Oh, thought that was out. Clock's still going. Oh,
Jason Kidd, contact. Van Horn got the rebound and put it up.
They had plenty of time, too. I think Jason Kidd thought it was much deeper.
Tied at 88.
They'll get it back.
Just the second tie of the game. Anderson and Kidd. Driving on Kidd. Anderson off balance. Banked it in.
Wow. Timeout.
And the Nets call timeout on a tough shot by Kenny Anderson with 20.4 left.
Mookie, a former Net, bit them in California at Golden State. And Kenny Anderson this time with great penetration, going to his favorite hand and using the glass.
90 to 88. The Nets have 20.4 to answer.
And the offense has not meshed the last few trips. They've been stuck getting into something earlier, and without the dribble might be beneficial to them.
The Celtics defense is picked up. Here's Kenny Anderson's move.
I'll see right here. They're ready to, if they go the other way. Here's a long jump shot earlier as Pierce is able to knock it, and then the long jumper, and alertly underneath Keith Van Horn in position to do some damage. But here comes Kenny to the left side, and everybody was lifted. They couldn't get the pinch. You see where McCullough had to come from the foul line. Awfully tough, and little chest bump too at the end, and rightfully so.
So now down by 2 with a 20-second timeout remaining. The Nets will come out now. Do they go for 3 to win, or they go for 2?
No, you go for the tie. I think you got to, you get yourself back in the game, play some good defense, force them, hopefully for a missed rebound, and if they shoot too early, you may have some options. But this is a defensive set that you got to keep Kidd out of the mix. I think if you're Boston and counter that, the Nets with some motion and maybe a low block. They tried McCullough earlier, but the defense took it away on the last trip.
Crowd on their feet. Paul Pierce has been a one-man wrecking crew. 9 of 13 in the second half alone. He's been to the free throw line double-digit times. He's got 33 in the second half alone. 35 overall.
And Strickland guarding Jason Kidd. Good defender, strong.
Van Horn to inbound to Jason Kidd. Final 20 seconds. Kidd looking to set it up. Goes to Kittles. Now it's Van Horn in the corner. He got fouled. That might be 3 free throws.
Should be 3. And the best free throw shooter on the New Jersey Nets, Keith Van Horn, 75%, and generally shoots near 80 for his career. And here's the side pick and roll, a little double down. First for Kittles, and then the slip to the corner by Van Horn. Well diagrammed, and how alert.
Good presence of mind there by Van Horn. He knew he had Walker up in his face.
Clyde, right? Walt Frazier kind of a play. Dick Carter questioning the call at the other end.
Antoine Walker just had a bit of a temper tantrum down by the Celtics bench.
I think that was the limit. That was the limit for him, too.
Yeah, he has fouled out. Joe Johnson will replace him, and Van Horn on the line. 7.2 remaining. Walker leaves with 25. Free throws coming, and Van Horn missed it. Now, he's 3 of 5 on the afternoon. Needs them both. Got one.
Changes your strategy now. Defensively, they'll probably, Boston going to call a timeout to try and make
Celtics call a timeout.
A little tougher.
Going to try to ice Van Horn with 7.2 remaining.
Now you got to talk about what you're going to do defensively as well as, keep, you're assuming he's going to make it, how you're going to play.
90 to 89.
They also got to think if there's a miss, you're going to give one. You don't mean right away. That's part of it. But you don't say that until after he leaves the huddle. He's one of your top free throw percentage shooters. And you say you do two things. You talk about when he makes it, and then the discussion is after he leaves, what you might do if, in fact, he does happen to not make it. But Boston, on the other hand, they've got the ability to push the ball. They've got a lot of options. Without Walker, I'm sure it's going to be Pierce and Anderson, somebody using the dribble to push it.
Well, and that certainly have to be concerned about Paul Pierce's range. He can get a shot off from 30 feet in, and he has done it so often the second half. He's got to feel like he can make it from anywhere. That's assuming Keith Van Horn makes the free throw. Now, he's got one to go here.
Now, they'll probably call timeout if he makes it, get themselves organized. I think this was strictly a make sure Van Horn thinks a little bit, kind of a timeout.
Nets have to be aware of, if there is a miss, getting to the board and trying to keep it alive. No fouls to give for either team. The Celtics still have 2 timeouts, one full and one 20. Nets have a 20, and Van Horn goes to the line.
And Kenyon Martin's very quick to the ball on missed shots, if in fact it does miss.
And Van Horn swishes it. No timeout for the Celtics. Here's Pierce on Martin. He'll pull up from anywhere. Here it is. Three-pointer. Pierce, no good.
That's one.
And the Nets have forced overtime on 2 Van Horn free throws.
No place to go. Why not on a Saturday afternoon? Play a little extra. Van Horn stepping up big time with the free throw after the timeout.
Happy holidays from all of the great gifts at Office Depot. Office Depot, proud sponsor of the 2002 U.S. Olympic team.
To all the weekend warriors who push themselves to the limit, the sports medicine experts and orthopedic specialists of Continuum Hospitals are thankfully here to help.
Third extra session of the season for the Nets. They're 1-1, and they're here because of these last couple plays.
That one was essential, and I thought good balance defensively. McCullough looks like he's going to help out. Kenyon Martin all alone up there, but the space dribble gives him the look, and just extraordinary because he can put it on the floor, and it's able to dodge one, and a good challenge too at the end by Kenyon Martin. You just can't leave great shooters alone. Change it, and Pierce figured he had a wonderful look and a chance, and sigh of relief by Byron Scott there as he gets ready and gets organized. Each team gets an extra timeout. And now you start even. Zip, it's a 1 for Boston, and as you noted, and that's able to be even.
Celtics were in Washington at an overtime loss to the Wizards. They will not have Antoine Walker. He is fouled out. Kenyon Martin has 5 for the Nets. Paul Pierce has got 35 points, but I'm sure he would rather have had just 2 more.
He's such a force, though, isn't he? I mean, he puts a lot of pressure on you. And that matchup, that's why Martin with the 5, it's essential he stay on the floor.
Now, Keith Van Horn, who made 2 of 3 free throws to get it into overtime, would like to have that free throw over as well, I'm sure.
Now, he had some game winners. Remember his years at Utah, coming down the stretch in the tournament in big time. And those 2 ensured this.
It's tough to get iced. To go sit down for a minute or so, then go back up there and make it, and he did that. The tip, Celtics have it. Kenny Anderson, who made a huge basket in the final minute, has it. Joe Johnson, they're going to put Martin on Johnson. They're going to put Kittles on Pierce.
Good pick. They look like they're stuck here.
Anderson, some trouble. Petit for a jumper. No good. And the rebound by Van Horn. Nice job of boxing out.
You'll settle for that, right? I mean, he'll kick back, played it well. Boxed in, Kenny Anderson.
Every possession crucial now in the final 5 minutes. Here's McCullough. He's been quiet offensively and nearly stolen. Cross court to Kittles. Now Martin, they go down to McCullough, back to Kidd. Kidd's jumper, no good. Trying to bank it.
Okay, Todd's got to do some little damage. Make an offensive move once he gets in there. I thought the last stuck in he would.
Stolen nearly by Kittles. Now the Celtics reset with 12 on the shot clock.
And Kidd with Pierce, tough match.
And it's taken away. Miscue by Anderson.
And Anderson fouls. I think Kenny Martin's talking to Todd McCullough at half court. And I think that's all about, we got it into you there twice. The second time, make your move. And here's the giveaway. Kidd, such a feisty competitor with the denial.
Al Van Horn has it. Let's go into this partial weave. It's Kenyon Martin on the rookie Joe Johnson.
Jump hook.
Jump hook. Nice deal to kill McCullough, and he got fouled.
How about them chatting over at half court? McCullough availed himself there as Martin went to the jump hook. The nice extra look. Oh, the development of Kenyon Martin. Here, McCullough just appears underneath the basket there. So alert as the tee is attracted. Yeah, little offline there.
And one of the few times McCullough did not catch the ball cleanly. So he's got the second free throw. Nets 19 of 26, and they missed both.
Man, he's such a good free throw shooter, too, 75%.
We're still tied at 90. Nobody has scored in overtime. Here's Pierce on Kittles. All alone. Shoots a jumper, goes in, out, and in.
Wow. So tough.
Such a soft touch. 11 of 31 for Pierce this afternoon. 37 points. Kenyon Martin wants it. He's got it on the low block on the rookie.
A 3-second violation. They've been getting away with it.
Turning. Kittles. Now Van Horn with a fake. Pull up. No good. Martin got a rebound. Kidd back to Van Horn. Now he's going to drive left-handed. Didn't go.
Pretty good delivery, though.
And the Celtics with a 2-point lead and the ball under 3 minutes remaining.
Now Pierce with Kittles, the danger now. Curry trying to deny him.
Kittles working hard, but Pierce has it. Shooting over Carey, and he's got that one. Drained it cleanly. That's a tough shot.
Great defense. Just such talent.
2:25 left. Now Martin. One more time as McCullough tries to get open. All 5 Celtics are in the paint, and the ball's rejected.
Kenyon looking to get to the free throw line.
On the inbounds, it's Jason Kidd, 7 to shoot. Kidd in some traffic, no good, and the rebound, Paul Pierce. So the Celtics, with 2:10 remaining, have a 4-point lead. Tony Batiste, Pierce, now Martin back on him.
And a good move by Byron as he's elevating over Terry Kittles.
This time he shoots again long range, and he's got that one. Wow. That's a 3-point field goal. Pierce, on his back in front of the Nets bench, has given the Celtics a 7-point lead.
A zone beyond belief. Anybody on him, defenseless.
Making it easy to say, count me in.
Making more doctors available.
Making more time for the cupcakes.
Making customer service better.
Making time to be a horsey.
And making it all simple.
Making me one with my workload.
That's how we make healthcare work for you.
Making it not so scary, after all.
Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Making healthcare work.
They are the shining stars of the NBA, the world's greatest players, and you can bring them together for the 2002 NBA All-Star Game in Philadelphia. It's NBA All-Star Balloting presented by America Online. Your chance to choose from the speed, strength, and dominance of the league's best players. To cheer on your favorite All-Stars, make your vote count. Vote online at NBA.com or America Online keyword NBA All-Star to assemble your team of shining stars.
Mike Crispino and Bill Raftery in New Jersey this afternoon. We're in overtime. Nets have missed all 4 of their field goals. The Celtics have made 3, all by this man.
Very similar. Same position, same spot. This time it's Kittles able to rattle it and still knock it down. Same spot. Kittles again. And again, unerring. This one, nothing but nylon. And then they put a bigger guy on him. Kenyon Martin, who deflects, forces him a little bit deeper. And look at the challenge. And oh my goodness, they're going to have to change the nets. He has just been outstanding. But now you're thinking of quick hitters, quick scores, play some good defense, don't foul, force a miss. All of a sudden you get yourself back within 2.
So a 7-point deficit with under 2 minutes remaining. Paul Pierce has 42 points. Antoine Walker fouled out with 25.
John Carroll down there just knows what everybody else runs, getting them organized.
It's Kittles. Now Jason Kidd to shoot. Kidd's got that, and it's a 3.
So tough. Gets it right back there. Now you just got to guard.
4-point advantage. Richard Jefferson's going to check in for the Nets when he gets a chance.
Got to get the help on that side.
Pierce double teamed on Martin, beats him, throws up a wild shot, and he's going to go to the line.
That's all that was about, that shot. You know, track some bodies, get in traffic. That's the nice thing, though. The double here caused some difficulties, and he's still able to turn. The only thing they did poorly there, as McCullough came in, was didn't turn it back. If Kenny Martin had taken away the baseline, this may not have occurred.
Pierce, with a hard drive to the basket, earns a couple of free throws. 12 of 13 there. And Jefferson's going to replace Todd McCullough.
They can play a little bit smaller, and quicker, and really not the devastating big guy in the opposing team.
Minute 28 left. And Paul Pierce has got 44 points, tying a career high. Now Kidd to Van Horn. That's long range, way off target, and Williams has it with 1:15 left. Nets running out of time, down by 6.
I don't know if you really needed the 3 that trip. You know, get right back. You got to get on even numbers at 99-95.
Going to double Pierce now.
They did it before.
Cross court. And Williams gives it up on a turnover. Now Jason Kidd ahead to Richard Jefferson. He got fouled, and it goes in.
That's what he does better than most. His ability to just challenge the backpedaling defender. A physical approach with the bounce. But once again, Kidd in the middle is the one that gives it up. He makes sure and just going right at the numbers. Kenny Anderson just taken back.
That could be a crucial turnover by the Celtics. It was really unforced.
And it was the double up, as you noted, that caused it. really threw them out.
Jefferson, no. And Pierce has a rebound, so the Nets have not capitalized at the line. Van Horn with a miss at regulation. McCullough, 2. And Jefferson steps in.
Well, you got to get the sideline there if you're going to do that. That's twice now they were able to turn the corner with Pierce, and he gets to the free throw line.
And there's Pierce. He just finds bodies and runs into them. He's been getting whistles all afternoon long. 13 of 14. This next point, if it comes, would be a career high for him. Last March against the Nets, he had 44. Now he's got 45. More than he's ever scored in an NBA game. 2 points at halftime. 43-44 in the second half. Timeout. 6 points, Celtics lead. Paul Pierce single-handedly now leading the Celtics.
Easy, boy.
When someone took his pride...
Are you, like, threatening to hit me? I'm gonna go with, yeah.
Joe Shepard...
You took something of mine, I want it back.
...took a stand.
Try to hit me in the face.
Do people ever come back here? This Christmas, be bold.
What are you, like 12?
Be brave.
Hey.
Be somebody.
You talking to me?
Tim Allen is Joe Somebody.
I'll take everything I see here, and if necessary, I'll buy that head.
The Christmas comedy for everybody. Rated PG, December 21st.
Kenyon Martin and the rest of the Nets listening intently to Byron Scott and the coaching staff. They're down by 6, 46.5 remaining in overtime. They have not been able to find a solution to Paul Pierce, who, as you mentioned in the timeout, is acting like Michael Jordan right now.
I mean, it's almost that kind of an evening or afternoon for him. The big approach now is what you try. I think if you go for the 2 and you have to settle for the 3, that's okay. Then give the foul right away and extend the game as best you can. But if you start settling for 3s, all of a sudden you get yourself blown out of the game. But in overtime, it's been the Pierce AC 11 and the Nets 5. It's just extraordinary game and just mind-boggling. And yet the Nets come up with the wrinkle twice now, but put them for the free throw line when they doubled them.
Brandon Armstrong has checked in for the Nets. Here's Kidd. That's a long-range 3. No, up and high it goes. It's loose. Kittles. Kidd has it. Now he puts it over to Kittles for 3. And that one's good. So 36.6, a 3-point game.
They are tough. I mean, the mentality, they just won't pack it.
On the inbounds, and they got to call a timeout. The Celtics could not get it in.
That's pretty good preparation defensively, too. Make the goal, force the timeout, and the Nets ready to defend.
Kittles has 17, and it's not over yet. If they can get a stop, they've still got a chance.
Well, it's all about attitude. And here's the screen down. This one doesn't go, but the effort on the glass and the eventual tip back right there. And alert, Kittles tips it back, gets his feet set, knocks it down, and then right away they're ready defensively. Deny the inbounds pass, play the inbounds passer, take away the vision. This is just solid preparation. Nobody's free. It's almost like football where they're covered. The coverage was exceptional. And how about Curry? Alert and ready to knock it down. The tip back, and yet still ready to shoot the basketball.
Paul Pierce, an amazing afternoon, but he's not out of the woods yet, and neither are the Celtics. They've got a 3-point lead, 36.6 remaining. Now, undoubtedly, he's going to try to go to the basket and get to the free throw line where he's been near perfect. And you got to believe the Celtics will go to Pierce.
Well, you got to double him, though. That's what the Nets have been doing. It's how they double him, though. Don't let him turn the corner, and then they can do some damage. But they've been permitting him on the sideline and on the baseline to turn it. And then you want to deny it if you're the guy guarding him.
Well, Wednesday night, the Phoenix Suns will be in along with Stephon Marbury. That'll be a 7:30 Nets game night start, and then we'll tip it at 8. Nets and the Suns Wednesday night here on Fox Sports Net. We'd have to go a ways to top this, though. This afternoon, career performance for Paul Pierce. Celtics without Antoine Walker the last several minutes, still in position to win the game.
And Martin on him. Let's see if they double Pierce. Key, I think, is Williams and Anderson as alternates. Williams in the low box area. He's got Kittles, which is a size difference. And, of course, Kenny Anderson, the ability to turn the corner.
Williams, they got Pierce open on it. He goes to the basket. Shot blocked, but the rebound, Tony Batiste.
And they
tied
got
up by Martin.
Great effort. Great attention.
Tony Batiste had a rebound, didn't know where to go with it.
And, of course, he's probably been coached, don't put it on the floor. Don't lower it. Got to be ready. Should be a tip back to Van Horn.
30.4 left. 3-point game. Batiste and Kenyon Martin will jump.
Now they can't keep moving. You got it. Kenny Anderson. Okay, now they got him locked. Back tip to the basket.
Martin tips long to Kidd. Nets have it. They've got a timeout. With 28.2, it's a 20-second timeout. And they're down by 3.
Now, plenty of time still to get a deuce and score, but on the kickback, you might get the 3. But right here, here's the angle, and watch the defense collect at the rim. Just terrific attention by Keith Van Horn. It comes over and causes that difficulty. And you're right, but he's just afraid to make a pass. The denial outside by Kidd, and the fierce how fierce the way Martin gets after the basketball. But here I thought he would go back. He goes forward, and just look at the strength of Kidd. He's actually falling backwards, and right away the timeout. Now the Nets have been able to get themselves in position in the lane and then find people outside. We'll see if they go first with a touch inside and the quick deuce, or then reverse it outside.
So the Nets now have no timeouts remaining. The Celtics have a couple. So they'll need to get it inbounds. 3-point lead for Boston. 28.2, 23 to shoot.
And a lot of Lucius Sanders can shoot 3.
Out of Van Horn. Back to Lucius for the jump. Goes in and out. Eric Williams has it. And the Nets have to foul. That one was down in the cylinder and back out.
The most dangerous guy is the inbounder. And of course, Lucius just in the game, got the look he wanted, shaking his head, but gave it a chance. He steps right in. Look at the defense. Nobody reacts. Gets the puppy set, and everybody in the house is praying that one in. But a good look and well prepared. Good use of the timeout by Byron.
So Eric Williams goes to the line. He's gone 15 of 22 this year in limited action. He's only playing in his 6th game of the season. But he gets the roll, so it's a 4-point advantage.
A local kid enjoys that, savoring it as Shabazz here. Goes later on to Providence. This is key because it's a 2-trip game for the Nets if he misses this one. So you go for the 2, give the foul, try and extend it.
Second one's up and good. No timeouts for the Nets. Here's Kidd. Pull-up shot. No good. Loose ball. Nets have it. Kittles is waiting for it. Kidd shoots it. It's loose again, and finally the Celtics have it. And they are 10.5 away from beating the Nets in New Jersey.
Okay, one of the entertaining afternoons, though, the way these two teams went after one another. Nets not as efficient offensively in the second half, really got bogged down a little bit, and a little bit of dejection. But that they come with this effort, you know as well as I do that they're going to get their share of wins. And Boston probably feels like they stole one down there, but I think Mr. Pierce should get the game ball. What do you think?
I would say. Nets led by 14 at halftime, seemingly in control, and then Paul Pierce went to work.
Just a magnificent effort.
47 for Pierce. 45 in the second half.
When it counted, he was there. And the matchup dilemma he presented.
And Jason Kidd and the Nets, who were 6-1 at home, about to go down for the second time as the Celtics come up with a rebound and leave New Jersey, a jubilant bunch. They've beaten the Nets 8 of the last 9 times and have evened the season series at 1 apiece. Lester Connor ended up with Dick Harder and John Carroll coaching. Jim O'Brien ejected. They gave it to Paul Pierce, and Paul Pierce made it happen. A career high this afternoon for the Celtics. Our producer, Frank DeGrace, our director, Dave Hagan. James Higgins on the graphics, the replays by Bob Lawani. For Phil Raftery, I'm Mike Crispino. The Knicks tonight on Canon Business Solutions Game Night have a game. The Red Wings Devils here tonight in New Jersey. The final, Celtics 105, Nets 98.